Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. My name is Bohan. Today we're going to through another challenge on the cyberdefender.org. The challenge we're going to working on today is the image forensics challenge called Insider, and it is created by DFA. So let's getting started. So this challenge basically it is about it is use the FTK imagers. You use FTK imager to investigating a Windows investigating a Linux image. So this challenge is more like a CTF, but it is still pretty fun and it is still pretty realistic. I would say I enjoyed a lot. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. So let's getting started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to download the challenge, and since I have already downloaded the challenge, we can just jump in. So you will do this in your Windows 10 VM. Make sure you can download the FTK Imager. So if you do not have FTK Imager on your machine, you can go into the Access Data official website. You can just download. I think you can just download in here. Make sure you download version 4.5. So once you download it on your Windows VM, you can start the investigation. So the first question is what distribution of Linux is being used on this machine. So the answer is Kali. The way I found it, it you could guess it because it has already give you Kali over here. But if you want to follow the standard way, you can just go into the FTK imagers. So I'm going to open my FTK imager over here, and I'm going to load the image. So whenever you want to load the image, you can add the evidence item, and you can do go into the image file and browse to your AD image file. So this is a file we're going to load. So AD1 file. So once you load it, the evidence is called the first hack.ad1, and you can just expand it. So you will say you have this disk partition over here, and you have this root folder, which it has boot, root, and var. So when you're going to the boot, you will say this is used as Kali, so you know it is Kali as a distribution. So that is first for the question one, and next question is what is MD5 hash of the access APK access.log. So this one is pretty straightforward. So you will just need to export the file. You will just need to export the access.log file and doing an MD5 hash on it. So so you can find the log file in all the Linux system, they will have like a var log. So that is where the log is. So for the Linux for the APK log, you will find it under the APK 2 for this access log. So you can just export this file. So we can actually put over here. So we can create a new folder. So we can rename it to evidence, right? So once you export it, you can use PowerShell to get the hash. So PowerShell, it has a built-in command. You can just use it for getting the hash. So the command is get file hash. You want to use algorithm, right? So you will have like get file hash, which is one of the PowerShell's command you can use for getting the hash, and you want to choose algorithm parameters because the default parameter is SHA-1. So you want to use this one, and you can specify as MD5, and you can just put your file in there. So let's say we have evidence. So the hash is D41D8CD and ends with 8427E. So that is for question 2. The next question is, it is believed that the credential dumping 2 was downloaded. What is the file name of the download? So this is a Mimikat, so we can this one is pretty straightforward as well. So you can just most time for this challenge, you just need to figure out which folder it is. It's not very hard. So if you browse each folder, you will eventually find it. So we can look under the downloads folder, and you will find this is mimikatz underscore trunk.zip. So that is for the question 3. There was a super secret file created. What is the absolute path? So for this one, it's a little bit tricky because for this one, I think you got to do later questions and coming back for this one. So I can show you guys where this is. So if you go into the root folder, you will find there is a bunch of bash history file. So if you don't know what bash underscore history is, basically it is all the commands you executed. You can find it in here. So you can find all the file in here, all the commands you executed in here. So we see that there's this super secret file.txt, which is being recorded in the bash history. So that is answer for the question 4, and the question 5 is what program used for did you think we made it easy.gpg during execution. So this is a bin walk, which is you can also find it in that bin history file. So if you scroll all the way down, you will find it executed the command bin walk for this GPG file. So if you don't know what bin walk is, basically it is Linux utilities you can use to dumping the binary. So you can do like a lot of reverse engineer with bin walk. So it is a really cool tool. So for the next question, what is the third goal from the checklist Karen created? So for this one, you can just go into the you can just browse each folders. It's not very hard. So I think it is in the it is not in here, but I think it is in the desktop. There's a file called a checklist, and you can see it has 3 goals. First goal is get Bob's trust. Second goal is learn how to hack, and the third goal is profit. So that is third goal for question 6, and question 7 is how many times was APA run. So this one is a little bit tricky because I was really confused at the first time. But if you're going to see the APA2 folder, you will find that all these files has size 0 and it does not have anything. So whenever you run the APA2, if you run it, they will have some sort of logs being stored in here. But since we do not have any, so I took a guess. I input at 0, and it is actually 0. So question 8. It is believed this machine was used to attack another. What file proves this? So we found that there is a really weird image file name. If you go into the root and you scroll down, you find here we have this really weird image file name, and we see that on this page we found that CMD prompt being opened, and we see that there's a tool called this tool is basically called AlphaSoc Network Flight Simulator, which is generates malicious network traffic for security team to evaluate security controls and ensure that monitoring tools are able to detect malicious traffic. So this is a file used to prove that this machine was trying to hack another machine on the network. So that is for this question, pretty straightforward. For the question 9, within the document file path, it is believed that Karen was taunting a fellow computer expert through a bash script. Who was Karen taunting? For this one, it is Young. So I'm not sure why this person's name is called Young, but we can actually go into the documents, go into my first hack folder, and we can. There's a bunch of scripts, but we can find this called first script underscore fixed. So we can say echo hack yes, I can write bash to Young. So the user is over here. So that is for the question 9. And the question 10 is a user SU'd to root at 11:26 multiple times. Who was it? So for these questions, I think we can do it. We'll have to like export some logs. So the logs I think I used is I'm pretty sure it is ars.log because ars.log is authentication logs in the Linux. So let's just export it to the desktop evidence. And we can just open it over there. And we can search for sudo su. I'm going to look up my notes very quick. Actually it is ars.log. So you just need to search for the su. You will find that at 11:26, user Karen Hacker executed, and this successful SU for Postgres by root. So the Postgres user is executing the SU command. So SU basically is switch to the root in Linux. You can switch to the root or switch to any other users by executing the SU command. So that is answer for the question. Question 10 is Postgres. And question 11, based on the bash history, what is the current working folder or working directory? So for this one, you can also just going back to the log file which you found in the root. I think there's multiple ways to do this, but if you're going to bash underscore histories, you can just you can find it over here. This is the last folder this user being cd to. So if you put everything together, it's under root backslash documents backslash my first hack backslash. So that is basically the all the questions for this challenge. So it is pretty easy for this one, and I had a lot of fun with it. And FTK Imager is really cool too, so I highly recommend you guys go to check it out. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.